Real Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
At mob music.
Yeah.
Atlanta sound is an attempt at mob music.
Right.
They got it from Houston. Houston got it from here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Beats by the pound. That's KLC and all them niggas. It's like that's that.
Yeah.
That's that bass shit.
Yeah. Zaytoven.
That's Ant Banks. That's Tom Capone. Nigga, we trying to do that.
Ant Banks,
Exactly.
Tone Capone. At a time, Ant Banks, Tone Capone with mixed with the Mike Dean sound. And shout out to Tone Capone. We talked about that here with him. Like,
OG, I just talked to brother.
yeah, a lot of niggas, we talked about it. They need to work with their OGs. Bring your OGs in if it's just to play some keys. If it's just to give you some good drums. If it's just to, like, this is what the hip hop shit do. This is why we love Kanye. This is the type of shit he do. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring in what he needs to bring in.
Tone didn't even want to play on it. We just went for a walk, bro.
Come on.
Talk about music.
Yeah, just talk about music.
Man, that man inboxed me so many times.
Man, I call him
Music,
just just to freak out and geek out about shit and ask him about a keyboard that you know what I mean? Like, tell me about you know what I mean? What keyboard you used on? Just so we could talk about it, you know what I'm saying? And keep the elements of that type of shit going, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now that we transitioning into this grand national, okay.
Before we transition, I want the answer to that question.
What?
Before we went to break, you asked, was the record deal just over after he missed the interview, or was it gonna? What happened? Was it just you could pick up the ball and keep going? Was it still available for you to, make another appointment to sit
That's
down?
a good question.
Hey man, who team is you on?
You asked it and you said for us not to forget because he was gone.
Yep.
I knew it.
We did.
Hey,
I ain't gonna pick
but one
my
thing
team.
Erk said before that, right? Before she just said that is what you need, women. That's what they fucked up at the Last Supper. That's what Damon Dash said. Damon
Sometimes
Dash said.
I don't be knowing what I be talking about. Sometimes I don't be knowing what I be talking about.
Talk to us, bruh.
What's the question again?
We got the drop on Judas. Talk to us, drop on Judas.
Damn, that's crazy. But now what I was saying was I don't know. And at the time I didn't try to figure it out either. You feel me? I don't think nothing was really on the table that was serious. Like a lot of people was talking, asking. I think a lot of shit happened. I think kind of what I was saying in that interview, that KMEL shit. I think, hey, niggas call and them phone calls. Hey, well, we don't fuck with blood. Is my assumption.
Right.
Then
black
that
ball
don't
kicked
happen.
in.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that it doesn't move as fast, or it doesn't move in the direction that you think it should move. And again, okay, that's not for me. I'm just gonna make the music I want to make and just pivot. I'm not the nigga that's embarrassed because I didn't turn out the way you think I should have turned out. Because then when does that train stop?
So did phone calls quick getting answered, or did you start?
I'm gonna tell you something right now. You see how simple the questions are versus how complex the answers are. So he's answering the questions as an artist. This would be a perfect interrogation because he be fucking everybody up. So the pivot you talking about?
He doing the Joe Budden.
Is it intentional? Like, is it an intentional pivot, or are these niggas the Monstars? Are they playing defense on you?
So this is the thing. This is the thing, and I know it sounds crazy, but you got to jump out on that ledge, and I don't mind being that guy.
Yeah.
If I'm not accountable for the shit that I was doing, then I'll never really learn. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't tap in to fully check what was what or who was doing what.
Right.
It could have been niggas, man, fuck that nigga, and
Right.
hanging the phone up on the deal.
Right.
That could have very well been the case. I didn't see it with my own two eyes though. So I can't say, yes, niggas was doing this and this and this and this.
Right.
I assume so, because a lot of shit just come to a halt. But also, after Hands Up gets picked back up in another way and gets back on, then I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Because people thought right here was it.
Right.
That wasn't it. It was Hands Up.
It was Hands Up.
So then that also does numbers, and then I get put on Summer Jam. So people stop the story at right here and go, what happened? But Hands Up happened a year later. So the wave never stopped for me. It was still going.
But
niggas
these songs
stopped
on the
and I
same
quit.
tape too.
On the same album.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So from 09 going into 2010 to damn near 2012 for 2 years, I was on the radio. So niggas go, oh, you fell off? I'm like, man, how? Though?
How?
Like, how though?
How?
You see what I'm saying? So
Right
it
here.
becomes,
Nigga on the
saying?
radio without compromising nothing for nobody. So if we get down to specifics, you don't gotta answer it. But who and how much? Who offered and how much?
I believe Koch or E1 at the time offered something.
Alan Grunblatt,
I don't know who that is. I think I was dealing with somebody
the
named.
fat nigga that started the 50 and Dipset beef. I'm really a rap nerd. I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you.
know. I
Like,
don't know who that is.
yeah. He's the Koch nigga though.
Okay.
Yeah. Was Big Rich there at the time?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Jim Jones or something that ball.
Okay. Yeah. That's the same time. That's around the same time.
So, to my knowledge, it started at 50 and never got more than 100 for an album deal.
Can I tell you another urban legend?
Mm-hmm.
It never got more than 100, but they was gonna give you that for the song.
Nope. It was always an album deal. I never wanted no single deal. I never was taking no single deal. You're not about to trap me into this the nigga with this song. So if we're not doing an album and this the album I know I got in the cut, if we're not gonna push that, I don't want no single deal.
Did you ever
It
let
wasn't
those
giving me-
songs go that you intended to put on the album?
Yeah, they all on there. The whole album. The whole album is exactly what I recorded, how I recorded it. The same
And that
shit,
was
yeah.
completely independent.
Now SMC was stretched.
SMC.
That's how I met Stretch.
SMC was stretched.
Yeah.
So the albums.
Stretch.
Now, what I mean about the pivot with the album, right? I mean, with your career, and you mentioned having songs that you just was rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that intentional? Like, if you had another Hands Up or Right Here, is that not going on the mixtapes you dropping?
Yeah, all of it is.
So you have another one of those records in between all of those albums.
I got one right now. Grab that on it. I got one right now.
Not currently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying throughout that time, like I'm just making music.
Right.
I'm just
So
making
you don't
music,
really know
so-
what's gonna catch. You just throwing it all out
I
there.
mean, you're not even catch, but you have to have relationships to make things catch. That's what I'm saying. So
Does Kevin Allen care about catching?
not in a mainstream kind of way, not in a popular.
Right.
Because I want to be famous. I want to so the shit we talking about, so we could like build some shit, so we could build some schools, some organizations to help youth do what they do, to be the uncle niggas that we never really had.
Right.
As far as music and A&R and all that kind of shit.
Catch
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, let's catch.
But
Let's set shit up.
So
But I
so
ain't gotta
so
be
To be
mainstream.
to be
Okay.
jumping on a nigga couch in the VIP, nah. I don't want that. That was the whole point in the first place. Like, nah, where's the women?
hey,
Why is you on the couch with niggas?
cause you was on having niggas in the club with their shirt off early. You was, bruh, that is
We
the
be in the
weirdest
club.
shit.
We started with the Black Saturday shit. Niggas been outside forever. And as soon as niggas' shirts come off, either niggas is fighting.
It's time
or
to
getting
cut.
Too freaky.
And the pill era was real.
The pill era was.
And then I was told ecstasy was like a sex drug. I'm like,
Right, like-
so
why is it all the dudes?
I just didn't. I never understood it.
Right.
Y'all niggas half naked,
half
dick
naked,
hairs hanging out.
sausage fest.
What is wrong with you niggas,
And
man?
y'all niggas mad
wrong with you
horny
niggas?
with hella niggas around.
What is wrong with you? Oversagging.
You see, I mean, I'm not. I don't know about the other part. What you asked.
Man, what's wrong with you niggas, man? You niggas, man. I can't stand it.
So
Oversag.
Trying to give it to somebody dry.
So how long has Grand
Yeah,
National?
really
How long has Grand National been formed?
It's been about 2 years. 2 years.
So did you do the podcast with Fab before Grand National?
Kind of, yeah. Going into
Now let's talk about this, right?
He said,
No, I said,
Cause on that podcast, you wasn't a Grand National nigga.
What you mean?
I'm gonna tell you why. You was the most uncomfortable I have ever seen you on camera fucking with Fab. I know y'all intended to have some shock value, but you did not know what you signed up for. Every show, your face looked like nigga.
What are
you about to make me say all of this shit? I know that was y'all phone and off-camera conversations.
Never had a phone conversation about anything.
Okay. Oh no, I mean just on the phone like friends talking about wild shit.
One of the wildest niggas I know.
Very wild.
I knew exactly what I was getting into.
Okay.
The thing is, I'm one of the wildest niggas he know.
Off camera.
That's, you know what I'm saying? You don't go to a granny house and step in the living room with
Right,
the white
right,
furniture.
right,
You don't go
right.
in there.
Cause you
He don't give a fuck.
Because you can see your Adam's apple. You can see your Adam's apple go up and down a lot of times. Like you swallowed hella times before you tried to.
Did you feel like I'm getting drugged into a conversation I don't want to go into?
I knew this nigga was the wildest nigga ever. So it's not that I didn't know. It was that sometimes I'm like, come on, bro. And other times I'm like, you know, like he baiting me so I can say something wilder than him.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he's trying to bait me into being who he knows me to be.
Right.
But I can't be like that.
I'm trying not to be like that.
I'm just you feel me?
To do this show, man.
And you know, like you have certain conversations with certain niggas, and you know, like you thinking like, this is hilarious. I wish everybody could hear this, but it's like really not a good idea in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, it would have stagnated your career.
To keep.
Man, you could not do that show, bro. There's no way. Like, you niggas was wildin'.
Your personality,
like it's
different for that.
You niggas was wildin'. Like, and I'm like, Fab could no longer do that show either, cause it was like. He know who you are, so even if you don't say much, your energy was getting him juiced. He was going for it. Like he needed Unc. He needed Unc to come in and beat him. You see what I'm saying? Unc came in and started doing the fool. Now Unc Fab could be like, "Come on, man, what you doing?" But he's really the nigga that you need to say, "Come on, what you doing?" to.
Right.
He's really Unc. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So. It's a vortex.
Yeah.
It's like, what you call that? Where the dope freeze be at? Where's that? The stratosphere.
It's a stratosphere.
Yeah. You feel me? So it's like I don't want to be in the stratosphere.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. I called some people. I called some people that you know, and I said, "Is he sure? That what you want to do?" Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
That shit was fun though.
Cause it was like you. I know it was.
That shit was fun.
But
how many episodes was it?
Probably like 5.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't last long. Listen, I was gonna.
But we had some classics.
I was gonna. Me and Fab talked about a podcast before y'all did that, right? And so I ran it by Sway, and he said, "You sure you and Fab think the same way?" And I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna do it." You know what I'm saying? Because it's something he telling me that's gonna go wrong between me and this nigga personality that's not gonna go right. And if he would have took it there, I probably would have went with him.
Shout out to
all the way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Probably would have been some wild.
So we would have been in trouble like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah.
And that's where I had to be like, all right,
council
we
culture
could do
coming
it
for you niggas.
It was kind of at the beginning of that shit. It was
council
like
culture real too.
It's just trying to bait. He nigga tried to bait me. Like, he know I might say some wild shit, so he like, you know, gonna antagonize a little bit. And I'm like, nah, man.
And from that,
Stay all blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil